Okay, so how would a buyer's agent handle auction day? First of all those previous questions that I brought up earlier, they've all been answered through the due diligence process. So when you walk into an auction, you're walking in with clear confidence. The buyer's agent will know the price of the property, maybe your $10,000 or $20,000 range. They'll know the property is structurally sound, it is a good property, and it will be a good future investment for their clients. All they need to do is just focus on their bidding plan. Once bidding starts, your buyer's agent behind the scenes is trying to control the tempo or the bidding pace of an auction. There is usually two types of bidding that goes on. One would be if the market is running hot and there are many bidders, your buyer's agent is trying to speed up that auction, make all the inexperienced buyers or bidders out there really uncomfortable with the process of going against someone where they don't know their budget and they're really an aggressive bidder. Now, if the market's running slow, your buyer's agent wants to be the only bidder at an auction. Normally, there's a lot of people at this auction with their hands in their pockets just watching what's going on, and the selling agent or the auctioneer is sweating bullets trying to push the price up through something called vendor bids. But it's most important for your buyer's agent at this point just to put in their controlling bid for the auction and basically keep your hands in your pockets until the auction closes. The idea is if the auction closes with you being the final bidder, even if the property is not on the market for sale, you will have the controlling rights to first negotiate directly with the owners of the property once the auction closes. One of the biggest points is sending a message to the auctioneer. Hey, don't mess with me with vendor bids. I know what I'm doing. I know what the property is worth. And likewise with the competition, when you've got bidders that are up against you, they don't know your budget, they don't know anything about you. They do know that you're confident, you know what you're doing, and that you've got what seems to be an unlimited budget because of the aggression of the bids that are coming from the buyer's agent. So another thing a buyer's agent will be doing is checking in with the auctioneer, verbally out loud, calling to see if the property is on the market. What that means is, has our bidding reached the seller's reserve price? Now, there's two things to learn from this. If it has not hit the reserve price, but the buyer's agent has won the auction, the property will basically just get passed in. So what that means is the auction's finished, they're going to close it off. We haven't sold the property because we haven't hit the reserve. But we do have a bidder here, a buyer's agent or another bidder that has expressed interest through the form of a bid under the market value. Now they will have the sole rights to basically negotiate first and privately with the vendors. Now, if the reserve is hit and is exceeded, this is the point where all the agents' games when it comes to underquoting property basically ends. The highest bidder will win the auction at this point after it's called out the property is on the market. So once the highest bidder or the negotiated price is agreed on, the auction or the bidding terminates. It's finished. It's done. It's served its purpose. But did you know that you have actually not purchased the property even though you might have won the bidding or won the negotiation? The whole process is only completed once the terms are agreed to. So things like the settlement date, when are we going to pay in full for the property, and when are we going to pay a deposit for the property. Normally come auction day, a 10% deposit is required on auction day for the successful bidder. The most important part of the auction is signing the contracts by all parties. So the vendors or the sellers need to sign to all those agreed terms and the agreed negotiated price, and also the sellers need to sign the contract as well.